Oh, wait. Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Hi, guys. You want to put my hands up? Hey, can y'all hear us? Give us a thumbs up if you can hear us.
Hey. Oh, y'all didn't waste time.
Oh, no. Closer to me. Hey, everybody. Can you? Okay. You can hear us?
Cool,
Okay,
cool.
Welcome, everybody. We're going to get started in just a little bit. Let some more people join us.
Yeah, we're going to give like maybe a few minutes.
Yeah.
Like 2.
Hi. Thank you.
Hope you have your wine. We've got ours. If not, now's your time to go grab yourself a glass of wine. Cheers. Cheers. I'm big.
I'm sorry, I was being greedy.
Thank you, Adiola. You know what a secret is? That's funny. And since you guys came early, you get to know it. We're all in sweatpants. Only the top is cute. The bottom.
And sneakers.
We're half prepared.
Yeah. Hey, Peter.
Who's an LJ?
Yeah.
Hi, he's nice.
Igbo
Hi.
Una speak Igbo.
Ooh, welcome.
Gedu. How are you today? Couple more minutes. What's this live video about? We're going to be talking about relationships and dating and the Valentine's Day event on the 16th.
Yes.
At Post Lounge.
Yep.
So if you haven't bought your tickets, go to UIUlovestory.com and buy some tickets.
Go to Eventbrite, get your ticket today. Don't wait till the door.
Yes, you just joined a couple days ago. Yeah, well, welcome.
Uma.
Down. I probably shouldn't be chewing gum, but
It's okay.
I got some. Y'all want some?
all right.
I'll give you real quick.
Should we get started? Sure.
Sure.
Well, we only have like 12 people on, so let's just
All right. Let me wait a little bit.
maybe wait till 20.
Ticket 4.
So basically, we're having the Equinaya Store Valentine event this weekend here in Houston, Texas. The ticket, you can purchase it at www.uiulovestory.com. Or you can go on Eventbrite and search for our event. It's the Equinaya Love Story. And definitely we're going to have a fun-filled weekend on Saturday at Post Lounge on West Ham and Fondren. If you want to know more details, obviously follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook for more information, or you can contact our organization chapter, and one of our e-board representatives will definitely reach out to you.
They're asking to please pin the link.
Pin the link.
Ooh,
Okay.
questions you guys are
I don't know how to do that. How do you do that?
I don't know.
Thanks, I.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we're going to figure it out and pin the link.
I don't have a Valentine. How we go do them? Listen, if you come to the event, there is a date auction. You can go and buy your Valentine down. And as a matter of fact, all of us are available.
We're available. We're
Yes.
single. Just so
Thank
you know.
Ike, if you can keep doing that throughout.
Yes, thank you, Ike. Hey, there's 16 people on. I think that's good enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
We're not wasting y'all's time.
So we're gonna go ahead and start. I'm gonna first introduce myself. My name is Frederica DK, or let me say Nibo. I'm Chena DK. I'm Bunonye, Imo State. I am one of the events coordinator for UIU Houston chapter.
Ahamu Ijoma Ogu, Abumonye Imo State, just like my sister here, and I am the Community Service Officer for UIU Houston.
Hi everyone, I'm Bo Ebere, and I'm from Delta State, and I am the Professional Development Officer here at UIU Houston.
All right, so to get started, we've got a couple of topics, but we want you guys to ask questions and request to join, and we will have you guys join and ask live. So even if you're not fully suited and booted, we want you to talk to us.
Yes.
Okay, so the first question for my girls is, what is your ideal Valentine's Day?
Oh gosh. I mean, for me, I've never really had anyone go all out for Valentine's Day for me. So I don't know, maybe a nice dinner, a live music event or something. something where we can like talk and get to interact with one another. But I mean, I'm pretty simple. I mean, flowers are nice. I love flowers, so yeah. I mean, pretty simple. So.
No, I bet. Don't come with the negativity. We're here to spread positivity.
Exactly. It's all about love.
Fab, what's your ideal Valentine's Day?
For me, I'm very straightforward. I enjoy someone who's very genuine, their company, doing something that's thought out, that, you know, I can tell that you put in some effort, you had a conversation with me. It doesn't have to be something extravagant. Just be genuine in your approach, be genuine in whatever you do.
Yeah, Noru says that his is to be with the real woman and make her understand how special she is. And that is perfect. You are on the right track, my friends.
Yes.
Because every woman wants to feel like she's the only person in the entire world.
Right.
So, yes, I love that.
Yes.
All right. My ideal Valentine's Day, I'm all about small gestures. Like, listen to me throughout the year, throughout the month, see what I'm like into, what I'm interested in. Post-it notes in random places are my favorite. So if you like went into my car and put a post-it note on my steering wheel or in the fridge, or like different things like that. Yeah. It doesn't have to be like, right? It doesn't have to be big gestures or expensive gifts. It's really about the time that you put into it. So yeah, that's what I'm into. All right.
What about you guys? Throw out some. What's your ideal Valentine's Day? Does anyone want to get on and see and let us know?
I bet, who is Tiwa Savage? That's like the third time I've seen that. Which one will you like, chocolate or flowers, and why? Which one do you like, chocolate and flowers, or why? Oh, I am Nigel Buchanan.
Okay, so we can.
Yeah.
We got our first request.
Yes.
And we'll answer that question in a second.
Yeah.
Did we go?
Wait. Well, maybe we should answer Queen Linda's 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah.
Okay, hi. We can't see your face.
We can't see your face. Bring that down. I think it's the moment. Okay, just a day together. Yeah. Yay.
Yes.
Quality time is huge. Hi, Chandler. What's up, Dio? Hey, girl, come in. Hey, girl. What's up, ATL? No. Okay, so
I don't know.
Keep this going.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. We're sorry.
All right. So between chocolate and flowers, which one do you guys like and why?
I love flowers. I love flowers. I think, especially when it's not a day like Valentine's, it's just flowers, just because flowers. I love just because flowers. I think that's very sweet.
Yeah. What about you, Fred? Honestly, I don't really care for chocolate, but I'm going to keep eating my flowers. Just be genuine with your folks.
Yes.
I'm really hard to please. Just do things that I like to do. I like to dance. I like to travel. We go out to have a nice dinner, buy water. That's the things I like. I don't really care for flowers. If you give me flowers, great. But I'm like over there. I think a lot of new people join and are asking our names, so you want to go ahead? Sure. Hi, I'm UK. I'm here. I'm the event coordinator for the Houston chapter. And I'm Joelle Mokulu, and I am the community service officer for UIU Houston.
Okay, and I'm Adira Osemila, and I am the professional development officer for UIU Houston.
I think that I am Nigel Buchanan wanted to join again as a connection fit.
Okay, so how do I get to that?
Can we start the meeting now? You have to wait for Saturday. Come to the event. Saturday, post round, Tuesday night event. You can come and you can bid then. But thank you, that's so nice of you to say.
Yeah.
Okay, we're waiting for my secretary to join the IT. There you go.
Yes. Hey. Hey.
What's your question? Can't really hear you.
Are you talking?
Where have you guys been hiding from? You look up now. Thank you.
Okay, so we can't hear you though.
Yeah, you can try again.
Okay, if you want to get on the live, make sure that you are on a good Wi-Fi signal because we don't want to, keep interrupting. Yeah.
All right. So we've got some more questions. And if you guys have questions for us, please do ask. Oh, you have a question. Go ahead, Queen. What's the question? E-drama, not drama. Okay, what's your question, Queen? Do you have one?
Okay.
All right. So my next question is, what was your absolute worst Valentine's Day experience? Hit me with it.
I don't know. I don't really have anything. I don't know. My Valentine's days of like, I don't know. In my previous relationship, we didn't really make Valentine's Day a big deal. We try to kind of do nice things for each other throughout the year. So I don't really have a horror story. So I don't know.
Okay, I think the worst Valentine's Day was the day that my significant other forgot it was Valentine's Day, and I had been dropped a hint that, hey, Valentine's Day's coming up, blah, blah, blah. And he definitely didn't pick up on any of them, and then when the day came, it was crickets. Nothing happened. And that was worse than actually him trying, because if he tried and failed, at least he tried, but he didn't.
I wouldn't say the worst, but I just got my Valentine like 2 weeks after the fact, and I just felt like it wasn't a genuine gift. I think it was just done just out of peace. So I can't really say that I had a worst Valentine. I just think the person who put thought into it.
Okay, so one of the questions is, what do you look for in a guy?
I don't know. Like, I don't like that to be broadcasted. You know, like, people will ask me, what are you looking for in a man? And I'm like, I don't want to tell you so that you can start to mold yourself into what I think, what you think I want. You know, I just want to vibe with you and see if we vibe, right? I don't know.
Right. That's true.
Yeah.
Can you hear us better now? I turned off.
Sorry.
I think as far as what I look for in a guy, it's mostly that you care and that you care about me, and you're not like out here sliding it down the girls' DMs, liking a bunch of other chicks' pictures, really like entertaining other women when you're trying to be with me, like entertain me.
Right. Me. I would say just in general, I want someone who's comfortable with themselves, who they are, their ambitions.
Yes.
And we vibe, like, first off, mentally, outside of the physical aspect. I need somebody I can really connected to. If I'm not connected to you mentally, it doesn't matter how fine you are, it's not gonna work.
Exactly. You can only stare at each other for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one question that passed, but it was, what would you do for your men on Valentine's Day?
Okay.
I guess, let me turn that question back to you. What do men want on Valentine's Day? Feel free to join the live and let us know. What do men want us to do?
Yes, if you want to.
PG-13.
Yes. But while we're waiting for those answers, I just wanted to kind of follow up on what you said. For someone to be secure in themselves first before seeking out a relationship. I think a lot of times, individuals are some people aren't prepared, right? They're maybe broken or have some other issues that they need to resolve first before including someone else in their life. And I think if you are looking for a genuine relationship, you need to be okay with yourself first and have your ducks in a row and just be in a good space with yourself. I don't like Build-A-Bear men. I'm not trying to like, I can't fix broken people, So make sure that you are secure in yourself and before you approach somebody, you want to be okay with yourself before you start to include someone else in your life. That's just my opinion. So
yeah, good point. Good point.
And also keep the baggage at home. Because I'm not trying to clean up the baggage.
Good story. All right. So, what's your individual favorite love song on Valentine's?
Ooh, oh God,
Valentine's Day love song. I am a huge fan of '90s R&B. So anything like Drew Hill, Faith Evans, Blackstreet, like hit me with some '90s R&B when they were making real love music, and I'm here for it. How old are you? What's your favorite song?
I would definitely say I love Tank. That's one of my favorite male artists. I love pretty much all his albums. I love the he background vocals. Aaliyah. I also love Jagged Edge. My favorite song from Jagged Edge is "He Love You." So I love all the old school R&B. As you see.
Yeah. For me, real quick before, there was a good question you asked there. For me, I like anything, I like Luther Vandross, Endless Love, I'm a sappy love song person. Those are also good go-to karaoke songs too.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, so quick, we had a question.
Yeah, I saw the question, what do you think about dating somebody that's not Nigerian? And we come with a lot of experience.
Yes,
Get
sure
ready for this. Adara, I'm going to start with you. What do you think about dating somebody not Nigerian?
Okay, well, I actually married someone that wasn't a Nigerian. I'm divorced now, so I am a divorcee. But yeah, it was definitely a lot of issues culturally. We didn't mesh in that way. Just how our families interacted. It was just a lot of different. It was weird. It was just different. And I feel like now, as I'm older and I'm more settled with myself and okay with myself. I mean, I really want to find a nice Nigerian man, to make babies with and stuff. I'm just kidding. So yeah.
Similar to Vera, I was actually married to a non-Nigerian man too. I too am a divorcee. But I was married to a non-Nigerian man, and I think that it's not necessarily an issue if they appreciate and love the culture.
Right.
If they don't appreciate and love the culture, that's basically saying that they don't love and appreciate a portion of who I am.
Right.
And that was the issue with us,
Yes.
is that he just definitely was not into the food, the music, the culture of my parents. Like, he hated everything Nigerian, and so that posed a really, really big problem.
Yeah.
For me, I've dated people that are, well, they're black, but they just weren't Nigerian. I don't really have an issue with it per se, but like Barry and I just said, they have to love the culture. In order to love the culture, you have to love me. So I'm thinking about the future with this person. If I have children and I have family, your family has to love me just as much. Be immersed in the culture and also eat the food and be able to travel to that country.
Exactly.
If you're not going to travel to that country, at least learn certain things about it, there's no way that we can be together.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, right now, in this time of my life, I'd rather be with a Nigerian or somebody who
West Africa, yes.
It gotta be African descent.
Exactly. Because
So
for me,
now, oh, sorry.
I just real quick, like, there's just as you're getting older, there's just few things that I care to explain right now. Like, I don't want to explain to you why stockfish smells the way it does. Like, I don't want to, I want you to know what my food is and my soup is and my music and just my culture. Like, there are very few things that I care to explain right now, and that's why I really, really, for me, dating a Nigerian or West African is probably ideal for me right now.
So Nora asked a good question. So on this about being yourself and real, most of y'all will not be loyal and submissive. 100% of you will want to take every advantage of him because he's real. Now then.
I have no problem submitting to a man, right?
Fully disagree with that.
But you have to be a man worth submitting to.
Exactly.
You have to be a man that can lead, right? I can't just submit to anybody and you can't tell left from right. So let's see if we can get someone else's opinion.
I'm trying to join. Sorry.
Don't burn my hair.
I got candles and my hair is not to the side. I see your dashboard.
Flip your camera.
Hey!
Hi. So I just joined not too long ago. And I do have a question. My question is, what does Valentine mean to you guys? Because these days, some girls, they think Valentine is just, buying all the goodies and stuff. Guys get it twisted in their mind about Valentine, is in between. And I just wanted to know, a lot of people wanted to know, what does Valentine mean to you,
Great question.
Yeah, let's see. A corporate holiday meant for you to spend money on nonsense and foolishness. No, I'm kidding. No, Valentine's Day is important. I mean, I guess it's important because it's a day that we have designated to show someone that you love them and care for them. But that, to me, it should be done throughout the year. Like, you don't need a day to say, okay, well, I was acting a fool the rest of the year, but this one day is gonna make up for my foolishness for the rest of the year. No, like, you should be about your business when it comes to me.
That's right.
Throughout the year, and I have no problem doing that in return. You know what I mean? Like, that's something.
I agree.
That's a great question. Thanks for joining.
Thank you. You look lovely.
You too. All right. So I want to end up with a Nigerian, but the girl seems to be fake and full of. That's why I had to put that comment up. Listen, I appreciate your honesty, Noru One. However, we talked about how a man sometimes doesn't need to be in a relationship if he has baggage or if he's not emotionally and mentally mature enough. Same goes for women. Sometimes women aren't emotionally mature enough to enter a relationship, and that's probably who you're experiencing. You're looking for a fat behind and a cute smile. Well, maybe she's not ready for you.
Exactly.
And so look for somebody that's ready to settle down and not somebody who's up in the club.
Exactly. I think it's all about timing, right?
Yeah.
There was a time in my life, believe it or not, when I wasn't ready. You know, I was just in these streets. No, I'm kidding. Like I just wasn't, like I just got a divorce. Like who wants to get like in a serious relationship after you've just divorced? And you need time to figure out who you are as an individual before you are jumping into another relationship. So yeah, it's definitely timing is like the number one thing.
Yeah.
I think for both men and women, you know, if they're not in the right place in their life, then it's just not going to work. It doesn't matter. So let's see. Someone else wants to join the live.
And Yama and wants to join. So I was going to answer your question in Yama.
Okay.
Okay. Which of you is from Anambra? None of us are from Anambra.
Yes.
We'll probably
Delta
State.
State.
Oh, he doesn't want to join the live after all this.
Okay. Any guys want to give their opinion on any of these topics? Please join the
I
live.
used to join it.
I see Ethan there in the comments.
Yes.
I think Valentine's is overrated. Oh, I think okay. We'll come back to that question. But we have somebody joining our live. Which do you think Valentine's? And short answer to that question, no, I do not think Valentine's Day is overrated.
Hey! Have you sell markets?
Sell your market.
I wanted to comment. You guys look lovely. Like amazing. Yeah, I wanted to talk about what that guy said about, you know, well, girls are full of stuff or whatever. I think it's something that goes both ways.
Definitely.
I want to see what you guys thought about that. Yeah, about people being full of whatever and also dating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agreed.
Yes, I totally. Like I said, there are some like people that aren't ready for relationships. That goes both ways, and both sexes can be full of crap.
Yeah.
You know. So I totally agree with you.
I do believe that in our culture a lot, we put too much emphasis on age and we put too much emphasis in getting married.
At a certain age.
I'm at Walgreens. That guy just said.
Clashes causes a lot of confusion, and I think people tend to rush into a relationship because
They see
the title.
Yes.
They see their friends in a relationship. They see this beautiful wedding. They need to see past the wedding.
Right.
Because after the wedding, real life kicks in.
Exactly.
What do you do then? When you're stuck with a person that you have to compromise with, you have to live with them, you have to learn them. You guys are from two different worlds.
Yeah.
So I think we have a lot to learn, a lot of maturity on both ends. And that is one area, and I think in our dating culture that our parents didn't really
Yes. I was about to speak on it if you want to speak.
Yeah.
While we have you on the phone, so like, did your father or your mother prepare you to find a wife?
Yeah.
Because I sure did.
Yeah. I think I talked to you about this the other day at Barrett too. Like, we were just kind of expected to know how to date without actually being like a guideline or a rule book how to do it. And so we made so many mistakes and also learned from the wrong people how to do it. So I think we're kind of learning this, making mistakes together with the significant other.
Yeah, absolutely. And even with traditional marriage, like what's going to happen with all that. And that's some things that we're going to talk about and discuss. And actually, there's a whole skit at the UIU event on Saturday.
Yes.
Where we're going to show you and teach you.
Is that a skit now?
Not right now. They have to come to
Not
the
right
show.
now.
Buy your tickets.
Yeah. But hopefully you find what you're looking for. Bye. Okay.
So yeah, just to speak on what he was saying, you know, the whole how our parents failed us. Or let me speak for mine. You know, I didn't really feel like I was prepared at all to go and look for a mate. Right? It was just more so you get to a certain age and then I guess they see your friends and your mates see your mates, they're getting married, right? And then you're just like, they're like, why aren't you married? What's wrong? Like, what's wrong with you? Why aren't you getting married? But they haven't prepared you. There was no talk beforehand. There wasn't, it was always books, 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 books. And then you get to like 26, 27, and they're like, why aren't you married?
Yeah.
So let's see if you want to speak on that, if your parents prepared you or not.
And quick, somebody asked, do we believe in love at first sight?
No.
Sorry.
Nice to know you.
That's
Sorry.
that's some stuff from some movies.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey,
So,
hey there. What's your name?
How you did? High five.
yeah, from life, the same issue because actually you are putting up good comments, good shows. I think it's right at time for everybody to understand what we men and you are putting us through because you would not be submissive now when the guy is real, and when he's late, you are like 35. Your mom seems to be the one to be the hunter. Go back home, look for Mr. Right for you, and you will feel Mr. Right is not the Mr. Right, but you miss Mr. Right when Mr. Right came. I think, if I'm not like mistaken, you all understand what I'm saying, right? But I know it's some kind of funny, but it's very difficult for the guy to be the one that the mom will be looking for women for. But I see, like I've encountered a lot that the mom happened to be the one looking for the wife, for the man, I mean. So you all have to understand now, not when you are 35 to 40, you be like, man, your time is no more. So for now, game now is for you to be submissive, be loyal, be there for him. Not whenever he calls you, like he wants your time, you be like, no, I have no time. I have to do this, I have to do that. Yeah, everybody have time to do one or two, but you have to give him that time.
Okay.
That time. Potential.
Respond to you.
Sorry.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with being 35 and trying to find somebody. So let's get that straight. And I think also, again, we spoke on this earlier. Women have no problem submitting to a man
At all.
No problem whatsoever. You have to be a man worth submitting to. It's that simple. And just because you have certain genitalia doesn't mean that I'm just going to listen to what you say when you have no leadership skills whatsoever and you are running this way and this way that. You have to be secure in yourself, have a plan, have a vision for the family that we're about to bring into this world. It's just not just because you're the man that I'm supposed to just listen to what you say. I mean, again, no problem whatsoever submitting to a man. You just have to be worth submitting to. I don't.
To capitalize on what you're saying about submissiveness, define submissive to you.
Yeah, what is that?
Because I think the word submissive has been dragged, and people have different versions of how they see it and view it. Some people feel like it's an attack, and some people feel like, okay, they tie it into the biblical terms. So what is your viewpoint on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, really, I'm sweating. Like, I just came back from working out. I need to go take my bath, so just don't mind me. I don't need to turn on the AC. First, being submissive is your time, not sleeping around. No, not that. Your time. When he calls you, do you give him the audience? When he texts you, do you text him by giving him feedback, what he needs to hear from you?
Yeah.
When he's like, okay, this week, what are your plans like? You be like, I'll be hanging out with my friends. We'll be going to. You bringing your friends into that equation means keeping him afar from you.
Can I just?
So being no, hold on, sorry. Being submissive is you 100%. No, I won't even say 100% because he's not your wife yet.
Yes.
So I'm not saying 100%. Yeah, he's not your wife. Being submissive is attention. Time, attention and time. That's what my own submissive is. Then from there you will see if really he wants your time.
Okay, can I say something?
Yeah.
I feel like you're very passionate about this subject, and I definitely appreciate that. And I think your version of submissive has a lot to do with open communication.
Exactly.
And making sure that she thinks about you enough to speak to you before making plans. And I
Yes.
feel as though that is fine. Like any woman that doesn't want to do that, any man that doesn't want to do that shouldn't be in a relationship if they can't effectively communicate with somebody. So yeah, your version of submissive, you're just saying it a different way, but that's just open communication, and that's like genuinely the basis of a good relationship.
Yeah, that's the nothing wrong with what you've said whatsoever.
Yeah, and whoever hurt you, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
So I'm not fired up yet.
Okay, did I fix my face, guys? I'm sorry. I have that resting, bee face. Sorry. Hopefully my face is fixed. Okay.
All right, so I hope you guys learned a little bit from that conversation, because I sure did.
Yeah. So some people are a little angry, and it's okay.
And that's okay.
It's okay.
Being single isn't all that great. Okay, generalized based on your point choice in women isn't a reason to believe that women aren't capable of being submissive. True that.
All right. Speaking facts.
Okay, so I think we should open this to both sexes as we discussed Valentine's Day and the UIU Houston event on February 16th, which is this Saturday at Post Lounge. Get your tickets if you have not already. Could you please post that link?
Yeah, post the website.
The website. So my next question for everybody here is, what are your expectations for a good Valentine's Day?
Honestly, I don't have any expectations because I don't have a Valentine's. So
Right?
Let's assume that you had a Valentine. What was your expectation?
My expectation, I mean, just definitely, reach out to me. And I mean, I would rather travel, to be honest with you. You say, let's travel, just get away. But even if we had a staycation in a hotel, hey, that's cool.
But if it's fun time all the way together, you can't travel. He's in transition right now.
You better cook for me, rub my feet, something. I mean, you can do something. Like, come on, think outside the box.
Yeah.
There's so much to do. There's so much on social media. You can Google. You know my personality.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah. I think it's just about effort, like, did you put forth the effort to plan something, whether we're traveling somewhere?
You found your Valentine.
Oh, Lord.
Tell him what you're expecting. Nell J wants to know.
No, I think that, it's all about just learning the person. You've heard of the whole love languages thing. What is that person's love language, and try to love them that way, whether it means that they are acts of service. Valentine's Day could mean like maybe you help me do something that I really need help with. I don't know, but
That's me that if I had a man, I'd expect for us to do the most. You know me well, so I need it to reflect that. So clearly you love a grand gesture.
Yeah.
That's me.
So your acts of service or gifts, maybe that's your love language.
Love language. I beg, read the book, The 5 Love Languages.
Yes, the 5 love languages. Acts of service, physical touch, quality time.
Is gift giving one?
Yeah,
Because that's mine.
Gifts. Mine is gifts, maybe physical touch a little.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all important. But I think some people have different. They place them in different hierarchies.
Different categories,
Yeah, there you go.
If you give a gift, make sure it's a gift that I like. Because
Hey.
I don't know how to pretend. If I don't like something, I'm gonna probably tell you.
Ask a friend.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing, guys. To give an effective gift, you must ask your lady's friends what it is she wants. Text them and say, what does the bearer want? And they will tell you. And at that point, you will have given a really great gift.
Hopefully, you know you're a lady enough to know what she wants.
Jimmy Choo, chai book. I want to talk to us again.
Okay, so request to be. Oh, there you go.
No. He wants to say one thing.
Come on, Mike.
All right, the last thing. I'm not going to the store, I promise.
What are you trying to buy?
I'm trying to get a Valentine's Day gift. Just
Getting a Valentine's gift. Okay.
All right, cool. So I want to answer the guy's point about what was it, submission, what that is, and define what submission is for me as I'm in Valentine's.
Wait, hold on. Let me take some notes. Hold on. I'm taking notes.
All right, cool. So what I think it is with submission, you're submitting to something that means something more than yourself. So for me, I mean, I'm trying to be a Christian man and trying to do the best of my life and trying to make sure that I'm doing things that are giving back to the community, like being part of UIU, like giving back to mentoring kids and stuff like that, like, you know, going on mission trips or whatever and trying to do something big in my life. And so if I'm asking for a submission, I'm asking for somebody to follow my lead and say, okay, we're doing something great more than ourselves, and that should be something that somebody else is hopefully partnering with me. So I don't think of it as submission, but I think it's like a partnership.
Totally.
Yeah, that's good.
Totally.
Sounds good.
Different way of thinking
Sounds
about it.
good.
It's all healthy and good. So
Sounds
we're here
great.
for it. Thanks, Ike.
Yeah.
I can say bye. That's it. That's all I want to say.
Get you now. Buy the chocolate before you come back. Buy
Which one you want? Which
We
one?
got Valentine's.
Over
Valentine's.
here?
Okay, bye, Ike.
Bye.
All right.
Okay.
Other questions. Shall I continue peppering? Someone should come and marry my brother Ike.
Just so you know, Ike is part of the date auction, so you can come and auction or bid to win a date with Ike. So come on Saturday.
16th, that's Saturday.
Yes, come on Saturday and get your tickets at UIULoveStory.com.
Okay,
Yes.
so a lot of girls, especially Igbo girls, like things. Okay, let me back. We're materialistic, however, we're sensible, okay? That being said, a grand gesture is something that goes a long way. We see a lot of these, like, engagements that are out of this world and different presents that are just bananas. So my question to all of you guys here is, when is it too soon for a grand gesture?
The first day.
When is it too soon?
Too soon, like, if it's, like, when are you scared away by a grand gesture? Because it's like you're doing too much.
Yeah, when you don't know me, when you don't think, when I don't think you have a full understanding of me, and then you're doing like the most, that's kind of like, you don't even know what I want. What if I'm not a grand gesture person? Like, right, and you're out here videotaping stuff for the gram and stuff, and I'm like, no, thank you. You know what I mean? So I think it's about knowing the person that you're interacting with, you know?
We've got some really good questions.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm going to go up really quickly. Okay, so I had this girl I was dating. I told her I wanted 6 kids, and she ran away.
Yes, I would run away too, sir.
Okay. But listen, I think it's very fair, because let's say that you got into this relationship and you were with this girl for 2-3 years, and she just kept saying, yeah, that's fine, and then it came to have kids, and you've been with this person for years and years and years, and all of a sudden she switches it up on you.
Mm-hmm.
That's not fair.
No, it's not.
So her telling you right off the bat is the most fair thing, in my opinion.
Yep, I think full disclosure at the very beginning. I would like 2 children, preferably twins. So
One shot.
Get ready. You know, some.
There's somebody that said something else. Okay, what do you guys think about a woman earning more income than her husband?
Ooh.
Y'all coming through with a good
Right? I don't know what to say.
That way.
Okay.
I mean, you should not feel any less of a man if your spouse is making more than you. If anything, whatever you make and whatever she makes should be a combined salary. You guys shouldn't look at money to
It's not a competition. Yes.
Right? Like, who cares? Like, we're in like 2019, 2018, we're in the 20th century. Those stuff should not matter anymore. And I think we need to do away with all this tribalism and all these different traditional views of the man needs to do this, woman needs to do that. Like, things have changed. So for me personally, I wouldn't mind if I made more than my spouse, and I hope that my spouse wouldn't mind that I made more than him. We're out here trying to be running empires, like Jay-Z and Beyonce. I'm trying to live that type of life, you know? So I could never be with somebody who's complacent. I'm always looking for somebody who's a go-getter, someone who wants to keep going for the sky, you know? Like, you should never, ever be, if you're complacent, there's no way you deal with me.
Exactly.
You
gotta be a go-getter. Go-getter.
Hustle.
Exactly. So I think, you know, that whole society has definitely messed us up mentally as far as like a man needs to make more or whatever. I think at the end of the day, it's, you should always have your own thing on the side, but the collective money should be together. You know what I mean? Like, it's about a partnership. Being in a serious relationship and a marriage, that is a partnership. You're finding someone that you want to start a corporation with. And the success of your family, that is how well your business is doing. That's how well your company is going to do.
Right.
So I think that's so played out, you know, whether if a woman makes more or less, it doesn't matter. It's all together. It's about the good of the family. That's my take on it. So
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Okay, so speaking from personal experience, in my past life, I made more than my significant other, and it wasn't an issue for me. I wasn't the one throwing money in his face and saying, "Oh, you're not a man because I can afford this and you can't." But it really did eat at his ego, and I think that had to do a lot with his maturity level and not being mature enough to handle somebody that was just at this present moment further along in their career than he was. Right. And so, I mean, in a perfect world, it shouldn't matter, but it does, and we can sit here and fool ourselves all we want to, but it does. Right. And so, like, I think you need to be emotionally mature enough to understand, like these two ladies are saying, that the income is one, and you put it together. So if I'm making 150 and you're making 50 together, we're making 200. Exactly. Like we went it on you.
Yeah, and then again, that goes back to the whole issue of being okay with yourself, being secure with oneself before seeking out a serious relationship. You know, like if you have some insecurity issues, that needs to be addressed before you even say, "Hi, my name is Emeka." You know what I mean? I need you to have all that together before you approach. Yeah. And that goes with any insecurities related to how much money you're making or the lack thereof. So that's just my.
I think somebody else said some things that were like, there's a lot going on. Question: if that's the case, do y'all feel like men should be equally as domesticated as the women? Now that's how you're going. Okay, let's take that. In a perfect world, yes. However, there still are traditional gender roles that are assigned to men and women, and we can sit here and argue back and forth all we want to, but they are, and Igbos are traditional, Nigerian people are traditional, and you're going to be very, very hard-pressed to find a man who's going to be assigned those roles as caretaker and housemaker while you go out and make money. Yeah. If you do find him, however, chances are, realistically, and then you can interject if you'd like.
I mean, as for me, I love to cook, so don't think. Yes, I will take care of you, and hopefully that's something that I find joy in doing, right? That and hopefully it's vice versa. You should find joy in making the person that you're with happy, whether that means that they like you to cook for them, have things prepared for them. It's a two-way street, you know what I mean? Right. I'm going to find out what you like, and just like you should find out what I like. It goes both ways.
Okay, and just to capitalize on the domestic aspect, I know now a lot of men are also assuming the roles of females, cooking, cleaning, and although that is not the traditional viewpoint, I do see that a lot of men don't mind doing that every now and then just to help out. And I think that that's really beneficial in a relationship, is having proper communication with your partner, knowing, how they feel about certain things so that you don't get into a relationship and surprise,
wasted a good 2 years of your life and y'all are not even on the same page. So
Sammy, everybody's asking you to get on my bag, so there was some stuff questions. Request to join the live. And then, is it press that thing?
Which one?
The two things there?
Oh, so can I request somebody?
No. Okay. If the guy you want to marry wants you to start going to his church, would you convert? Oh my gosh, I feel like I already know my life. Like seriously, this happened to me. Don't do it. Don't do it. Let me tell you something. Okay. Speaking from experience, I'm the type of person that would do anything for the person that she loves. Like I would go to the ends of the earth. And I did that at the risk of my own self. If you have to start changing your values, your actual values that you have held dear from birth, that's not the person for you, no matter how beautiful, no matter how rich, no matter anything. If you have to start changing your core values, I bet shift. That man is not for you.
Exactly.
No. So no, I would not convert ever again in life. Ever.
But there's nothing wrong with going to someone's church just to see if you like it, right? You may very well like the church. There's nothing wrong with exploring that option. So don't shut it down all the way. But it's just like you have to know what you are secure with, you are okay with in yourself first, and to know that if you can move around like that. So it's all again about both parties having security in themselves and their beliefs and the core self.
Yeah. Even with the religious aspect, I've grown up in the church, primarily my life because one, my dad is a minister, you know, but that's always been a part of my lifestyle or part of my life. And I've dated men where they were Catholic and I was non-denominational and they didn't understand why do we jump up and down and speak in tongues. They didn't understand that and they felt like if they were in a serious relationship with me, I would need to convert to Catholicism. But they weren't open to seeing how my relationship, they weren't open to seeing or coming to my church because they felt like, oh my God, the time that y'all be in church is longer than being in the Catholic church. I need only 1 hour church. I need to be in church for 2 to 3 hours. So I don't know. Me personally, I'm not converting. My faith is Christianity, but it's not denominational. I don't see myself converting. That's just me personally.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of questions about changing churches, changing, like, going from one church to another, changing from Pentecostal to Anglican, I think is what it said.
Yeah.
But I think that it's more so changing your core values, like what you truly believe in. Changing that for anybody is enough.
Yeah, and I think
Facts.
what did they say?
That some folks force marriage because they want to please their parents. Facts.
Yeah, don't do it because at the end of the day, it's your marriage. Your family's not going to be there at 3 o'clock in the morning when you guys are arguing about nonsense.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's about what's best for you and your spouse. But just to go back on the whole religion thing, or just I think it's just the more you have, the more compatible you are with somebody, whether it be religion, you like live music, you like to be physically active, the more things that you guys can do together, I think that's what makes a strong relationship. So if you guys can find a church that you both want to go to, that's awesome. If you guys can find activities that you guys like to do together, I think that's what makes for a strong and long-lasting relationship. So
I am Nigel Beacon is coming up with Chinonso, let me just call you by your name, is coming up with amazing questions. And her next one was, do you think love is enough for marriage?
Nope, it's not. Nope.
Here's the thing. I think the love that you're talking about is the romantic love, and that fades away. Listen, I just watched a movie called The Female Brain, and basically after 2 years, the dopamine that releases that makes you excited about your significant other goes away, and oxytocin comes in, and basically it's just you're together because of the bond that you share. So love changes. And a lot of things have to go right to make a marriage work, and love is not enough. You need more than just that.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you like 100%. Because you can still love somebody, but then you may not like them. You know, you can love someone and they just get on your nerves. You know what I mean? and that sounds very. I don't know. Again, love is definitely not enough to carry a relationship, period.
So I have a question. So is there a difference between saying I love you and being in love with someone?
Yes. That whole thing, I love you, but I'm not in love with you.
Yeah. Because in love, does that mean that you would die for that person versus someone you can just say, hey, I love you, sis, I love you. But it's more, some people may internalize that as just being a surface love instead of something where they would actually put their life on the line for that person. So
there's different kinds of love. You know, there's like the love that you have for your parents is probably different than the love you'd have for your child.
Right.
It's probably different than the love you have for your significant other. Probably different from the love you have for a fellow church member. You know, there's different kinds of love. And I think people use that word love too freely. You know what I mean? It's something that, for me, it's like, it changes. Love's going to change, right? The love that you feel for someone when you first meet them is going to be different love than the love you have when you're 80 years old and you're washing each other's backs or taking care of each other. You know what I mean? It's totally different.
Yeah. Okay. So what are you looking for in a man?
I thought we said we weren't going to answer that question. I mean, I'm not going to answer.
Oh my God.
Okay. I mean, I'll answer the question.
Yes, go ahead.
I think we could answer this question all day long, but it really differs from woman to woman.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, what I'm looking for in somebody somebody that makes me feel like I'm the only one in the world. I don't need somebody that's looking up and down and around, sliding in DMs, liking pictures. I don't need somebody that can't just focus on me and focus on our future and our relationship. I need somebody that's like, you don't have to make $1 million. You don't have to have a great job. You know, like, just be a good person. Put it back out. Being a good person. Okay, listen. You don't have to have a good job yet. Like, if you you gotta be like on your way to it.
You gotta have a plan, a realistic plan. Not just not some pipe dream, and you want to be like the next Jay-Z, and I don't know. I feel like if you need to have realistic goals or a plan. Okay, look. Sammy wants to join.
Who did you have? Sammy?
Yeah.
Can you make everyone feel like she's the only one that's DJ Oreo? Ha! Yeah! Sammy!
Okay, I'm finally on this thing. You guys look lovely, by the way. Okay. So what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say, but I'm enjoying the conversation. I'm enjoying everything you guys are saying. Partnership goes both ways. You know, love. People use the word love randomly too much. You know, you love somebody and you don't even know what that even means. So, relationship goes both ways. I hope the Valentine's Day event goes well. We are part of this charity auction.
Yes, so someone come and bid on Sammy.
Sammy's up for auction
for charity. All right, well, I'm gonna go away now because I'm not camera ready, but I gotta go. But you guys keep up. All right.
And then, we switched to
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Bye. We got it together. Sammy is from, what did Abia say? Or another? Abia, yeah. He said it twice. Thank God it's not slavery. That weird though. Okay. Do you guys have any other questions for us? I think I'm all out of my questions, or is there somebody that wants to join our live and talk? We've got a couple more minutes before we head out of here. So what would you guys like to talk about?
Yes, and if you haven't already bought your tickets, make sure you're going to www.uiulovestory.com and get the tickets to our Saturday event. We want to see you guys there.
Get your tickets. Don't wait to the door.
Yes. Come bid on us. Yes.
It's going to be a date auction. We have Emma Nair is going to be performing live. We have spoken word. We have another musician right here, one of our members. We have also the speed dating. Make sure
speed networking. Speed networking. Yes.
I'm here. How are you?
Sorry, go ahead. We definitely want you to come out early to the speed networking. Those of you who have businesses, who are business savvy, who are entrepreneurs, or people who are just interested in tapping into the business world, or just you want to meet with people that are in that world, definitely bring your business cards, come mingle, come meet people, connect. That's what our organization is all about. We want to connect and network with each other and love on each other.
Yes, there was a good question. So in what order would y'all rate the following connections with someone when starting a relationship? Spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally. So in what order would you put them?
All right. I got mine.
Yeah.
Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, then physically.
I think maybe I'm shallow. I don't know, but I think I'm gonna go with physically first because you have to attract you have to be attracted to you before I can even get to any of the other. Before I even want to know where you are spiritually, where you are mentally, and where you are emotionally. So spiritually is going to be physically is going to be number one for me.
Yeah.
Maybe that sounds shallow, but that's just me, guys.
I feel like physically, you know how like sometimes when you look at something and you're like, that's not pretty, but you look at it long enough and you're like, wait a minute, that's gorgeous. That's how I feel about men. Like, if he may not be classically handsome, but if he treats me great and blah, 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 then I just kind of, I think somebody wanted to join.
Sorry, you guys look good.
There's a lot of people wanting to join. We're trying to get to you guys. Oreo. DJ Oreo's coming to the stage. Spirituality first. Me too, H-Town. Hyped. But you can't really.
Hey.
DJ Oreo. Hey. My friends. Hi.
I did fine.
What's that?
What's up? Well, first of all, let me try and admire good things first. I want to admire good things first. People are looking good today. Good night. You are looking very, very good.
Oh, thank you.
You're right. Well, I'm interested in that last question. That's why I called in there.
Which one?
So, like, the one of like the scale of preference.
The scale of what?
Oh, the
Like,
rating.
the
What
rating,
is it?
sorry?
Where are you at? Like, where's your rating at?
Man, first of all, if I cannot, if I don't feel that attraction, first of all, there's nothing there. I can't come close.
That's what I'm saying, right? Because the
Like,
parents
I
gets your
was,
attention and then
yes,
so that you want to know the rest.
Different than women. Men are very physical creatures.
yeah. Like, because I hear a lot of people say, physical appearance doesn't matter. Trust me, it matters a lot because the truth is, if you cannot attract someone, first of all, how would the person have to come close to get to know who you are?
Exactly. That's what. That's
So, so if you don't look this beautiful, I will not come close. I'm sorry. So don't get it twisted. Auntie Fab, I'm greeting you. You better better say yes to my guy Sly. You have been begging me.
my guy, you're my guy.
Thank you for joining, DJ Oreo.
All right, big girl, bye. Yeah.
She's still there.
She's still there. How do I do it? Okay.
Is that how you do it? Oh, yeah, she is up top. Oh, there's 2 requests. Okay, Dora, you're next. Najat became. It's coming back. No makeup. I'm sorry, I didn't hear Nino Bobo. What did you say before that?
Nino.
You're misbehaving today. Flip your camera. Oh, there you are.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, girl.
Hi. I just wanted to say you guys look beautiful. I don't really have any question to ask, so.
Before you go, thank you. Before you go, everybody, this is our Igbo teacher in Igbo Unite.
Yes.
One of our Igbo teachers,
Yes.
and does an amazing job and taught me so much. So thank you, Dalu.
Yeah. So our first class is March
3rd.
March the 3rd. So.
Oh, I just realized what you guys are even talking about. Okay. I will try my best.
Bye.
Bye. There's somebody else that's on the line. Thanks, sweetie. Who else is Dora? Baby Gal, my girl Dora from UIU Cincy is coming up. Isn't she? Is it Cincinnati? Mm-hmm. UIU
Okay. Okay.
Hi guys.
Hey, how are you?
First of all, everybody does look bomb. That is very true. So everybody has to open up and saying the same exact thing. You guys do look lovely. You're glowing. The one thing, what were we talking about? The spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, and what was the 4th one?
I think it's 4. Yeah.
Okay. So I think of course everyone has to be honest and say the physically is important because it's the same thing like you want to say like a product at the store attracted you because of how good it is. You don't know how good the product is. You don't.
Yeah.
That's why we have a marketing department. You know, it's because you like the box. Like, you know, you go through the store and something catches your eye and you're like, oh my goodness, I want to read the label. So when people get closer and they finally read the label, you know, we already checked off the physically. Then I think the mentally comes next. Like if somebody matches you in intellect, there's a whole nother thing that really goes on there. Like,
Oh, you froze. And
okay, sorry.
We only have
So
we only have 45
so much.
seconds. We only have 45 seconds left on the live, so it's gonna kick us off. But we're gonna come back on and continue this discussion. So hold tight.
Okay.
And we'll come back on. Okay, you guys, we're gonna go. Come right back for a few more minutes.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Bye.
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 Bye. Okay, so maybe just end it. Yeah, we're gonna end it and come back.